I'm going. All right, cool. All right, you still got me?
I got you.
All right, cool. Well, this is great. So I told everybody we had a guest coming on. So my guest is Jordan Holland. So Jordan, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit in case people don't know who you are and what you're all about?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for taking the time, man. I appreciate it.
Of
Uh,
course.
I am an affiliate owner and I run an event up in Washington called the Cascade Classic. We've been doing that. We're coming up on 8 years, and it's been a blast. And it's grown from a dozen people and an empty art gallery to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in an empty airplane hangar. And yeah, we're just keeping on rolling. And
I
so
didn't realize that you were coming up on 8 years of doing that event.
yeah, it's been a ride.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Well, that event, the Cascade Classic, is precisely the point of what brought us together and the point of this interview and conversation today. So Jordan is the man behind that event, and CrossFit Linchpin is honored to be a part of it this year. Yeah, the pandemic threw things off a little bit. I think that's fair to say
Yeah.
last year, because I was looking through my Instagram messages, and you initially sent me a message talking about the Cascade Classic in checked by my Instagram today. It's from December 2019.
Yeah. No, we had we
So
had we had big plans going into 2020, as I think a lot of people did.
yeah, so some time has gone by, and you were fired up, and that initial message was, and this will probably identify you as a raging lunatic, but that's okay because we're talking to CrossFitters. In that message, you said, "Hey, I'm reaching out. I love your programming, and I really love that workout that's like 400-meter run, 20 burpees, 400-meter run, 19 burpees, all the way down to one." And I was like, anybody who likes that workout is my type of crazy. I'm like, so this is the start of something good.
I've tried it a couple times. It gets dark, but something about it just resonates with me.
Yeah, good old Lynchpin test 13, some suffering. So I was honored, obviously, that you liked that, and that kind of sparked the conversation of, would CrossFit Lynchpin be interested in being a part of the Cascade Classic, which the answer was a big yes. So we can get to that in a second. But for people unfamiliar with the Cascade Classic, who after being in lockdown for the last year, are maybe really enthusiastic and fired up to have something to throw down and compete in, give us the elevator pitch. What's the Cascade Classic all about?
Yeah, so I mean, I started with it trying to create an event that I would want to participate in. And then it grew into something where I realized there was a lot of different categories of folks who were looking for something to participate in. And so we focused on not that games level competitor, but basically everything below that. And I mean, all the way down to I got my first push up last week. So
That's cool.
how do we really create an inclusive event for, intermediate scaled? If you are pushing for that elite status, we do have an elite category. Teams and even intermediate teams, because sometimes you don't have four friends who can walk on their hands. So what do we do if we've just got a group of folks who like to work out together and then want to go have fun at a high energy in-person event? And so that's what we're doing. And after 18 months of almost nothing happening in person, the goal is, let's push really hard on getting together, getting face to face, and just celebrating that thing that we all love, which is the pursuit of fitness.
That was another, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that. That was another part in that Instagram message that you sent me back in December of 2019 that I liked very much. And it was that you mentioned the Cascade Classic. You said there was a Northwest focus to it. But the big thing that drove me and I liked is that you said the goal is to make this as much of a 100% inclusive event as we possibly can, which is exactly what you just echoed. And I was like, this sounds cool. I'm all over it. And so if I'm understanding you properly, if you're a fired up, just a fire breathing dragon of fitness, there's a place for you to throw down. But also if you are just a regular human being with a full-time job and a couple of kids, getting workouts when you can cater to that athlete as well, and everything in between.
Oh, absolutely. And I love both ends of the spectrum. Like, I like when somebody's kids are at the rail cheering for their mom or dad in their first or 15th competition, who's not trying to win necessarily, but are just trying to put their fitness to the test and demonstrate what hard work looks like.
And you mentioned individual, you mentioned teams, you mentioned scaled. Is there anything for masters?
Yes, and so we created a master division with the long-term aspiration of trying to get you out there on the floor. Um,
Your
and
evil plan.
it's a long con. It's a really long con. But no, our masters categories. We got 35, we got 40, we got 45, and then 50 plus. And as we see the demand, we add a division, so we might go to that 55 category as well in time. But no, that plan is to each year keep adding room for anybody who wants to be a part of this thing.
And if somebody, give them without maybe giving away too much. Well, first of all, when will they know all the information? If they're curious about the workouts, curious about what they're going to potentially be involved in, when will they actually be able to find out?
Oh, yeah. So the workouts, it's 3 weeks long, the qualifier. So we use it as a seeding round for the actual main event, which is in November 13, 14.
It's an online qualifier.
There's an online qualifier preceding it that starts August 18th. And that's 3 weeks long. And there's 2 workouts that come out each week. And you've got 5 days to do the 2 workouts. And each of these 2 workouts were programmed by you. And I tested, I think, 4 of them. I didn't like any of them.
Perfect.
And I mean, one of them, I even was like, oh, it'll take this long. And then it took longer than that. And I got real sad and mad. Like, I legit had a moment. I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I want to be friends with this person anymore.
That makes perfect sense.
But at the end of the day, you know what? I think I got out of it what I needed to. So yeah, 3 weeks, 6 events to test you in a couple different categories. We're looking for that strong. We're looking for that enduring. We're looking for that fast and nasty. But yeah, and then that leads into our main event, which is a 2-day long event. So everyone will do at least 5 workouts over that 2-day period. And we've got some fun stuff planned.
And what is the 2-day period on the calendar, and where is it located geographically?
All right, so the 2 days, November 13 and 14, it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to be at the Washington State Fair Event Center. So that's in Puyallup. And so they got a big building there that they, run horses through. So there's plenty of room for us to do some CrossFit stuff. And so there's actually 2 buildings next door to each other that we'll use.
Okay. And I've actually never been there, which is cool, but I plan on going to watch everybody throw down. I think it should be an absolute blast. And obviously, I love hearing your experience with the online qual workouts that I pro. One of them is a repeat, by the way.
Oh, yes, that's right.
There's 6 coming out. One of them is a repeat that I really like that you guys had previously, and then 5 are new ones that I programmed for you guys this year. And as always, the goal was, and we'll see, people will definitely shoot you straight, so we'll see. But the goal was, kind of like you said, they're supposed to pre-screen and let the proper people get selected and go where they're supposed to go and separate, good from great and normal folks like me and all that stuff. But at the same time, challenge you, but at the same time, in a weird CrossFit way, hopefully be fun. That weird fun and suffering that all CrossFitters seem to be immersed in on a daily basis. Appropriately challenging. Maybe there's a way to say it there. So hopefully folks enjoy that. They'll get to see those workouts relatively soon, about a week from now, like you said. 2 a week get launched, and I just can't wait to see people's reactions about that. Historically speaking, again, the pandemic didn't allow you to do this last year, but how has attendance been in the past?
It's grown year over year. I think last year we had close to 600 athletes competing. I mean, for anyone who was there.
Oh, wow.
That's why we're switching venues. We could not fit any more people in that building. It was a borderline of fire hazard. It was super fun. It was super fun. But we legit could not fit any more people or things inside that hangar. So we're switching to a bigger space that will allow us to continue to grow. Because we just
say 600 competitors or 600 people total, audience.
Just under, I think it was 575 competitors, between the teams and individuals.
Wow.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Holy cow, that's legit.
Yeah, no, it's seen a lot of growth over the past several years.
Somebody on Instagram must have been there because they just said true story ... So maybe they were there and saw.
Oh no, Sarah. Yeah, see, Sarah's been there. I think she's been there several times. And yeah, last year was great. High energy, high risk of stampede.
Right. So somebody also asked here on Instagram if they are interested in throwing down on the online qualifier. How do they do that?
Yeah, if you just go to the CascadeClassic.com, there's a link. We use throwdowns.com as our platform, and I just think it's a great tool. Easy registration. If you're doing a team of four, one person signs up their team. If you're doing an individual, pretty straightforward. It's similar to like how the Open works in terms of scoring, in terms of registration, and like anybody can do it. Literally anybody, anywhere is welcome to participate. And like I said, that qualifier is like a seeding process. So top 30 in the RX division automatically go in the elite category. Then the next 60 competitors are RX. But if you sign up for intermediate, you'll be seated in the intermediate category. If you get to the end of it and you're like, that was either tougher than I thought, maybe I want to drop down a division, we'll find a way to make that work for you.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool. And let's say there are people that I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that want to throw down and just have fun because CrossFitters love to do that. But what if there are some people maybe in the local area up here in the amazing Pacific Northwest that are just stoked to get out of the house? They'd love to maybe show up. Are you guys looking for volunteers or help, or do you have that all sorted out? What do you need?
So pretty soon, right now our focus is just getting our qualifier kicked off. But as soon as that first week closes, we'll throw up a page for volunteer registration. It takes a lot of manpower to pull this thing off. And this has been a labor of love for me and my partner and folks from my gym for a lot of years to help make this thing happen. And if you have a heart to create a space for other people to just demonstrate the hard work they've been putting in, then we want you on our team.
Awesome. And so people know to some degree, like, okay, if you're going to throw down in the online qualifier, you've said that it's 3 weeks long. It's 2 workouts per week. So at least they know what they're getting involved in there. I don't know if this is, top secret level or not, but can you give people any hints as to what they might be exposed to in the in-person 2-day competition?
Yeah, so over those 5 events, we always look to test a couple of things, right? We want to test something heavy, and we do that in the qualifier and at the main event. We want to test something long, and one thing that I noticed at a lot of events, right, for timing, they generally don't have anything over that 15-minute mark. So we like to try to put something in that 20+ minute mark. So you will go long at least once.
Yeah, good for you. All right.
And so that's an element. And then we like to do something that you frequently can't do at your home gym. And so whether it be a tool that you're not used to or a version of an event that you're not used to, those things we find just change the experience for folks. And so whether it be a dumbbell weight that you probably don't have at your gym, I think we had dumbbells ground to overhead at 125 at the highest level last year.
Ooh, I need a forklift for that.
I think the ladies were pushing somewhere around 100 in the elite division. Granted, it went down from there. We got something for everybody. Right. Just one of those things that you probably aren't doing on a regular basis. And so this year, in that vein, we've got some fun stuff planned. For the teams, we usually do a couple things that require some coordination, right? I think the worm is the best tool to test team coordination ever. So we got the worm. We'll be releasing a little teaser on a rowing event. That's pretty exciting. We've done 2-person slides and then 3-person slides. We're going to 4-person slides this year. So all 4 teammates will be connected on their rowing machines, and then move right from that into another piece, which I'm excited about.
Oh,
and
that's
then
nice.
We always do something that's kind of like quad burning, soul crushing team relay thing. And it's usually an AMRAP. This year, it's just a 1x3 relay for time. It's so gross, but so fun. In terms of like, there's no place to hide. You have to go all in for your team. And it's short enough that you're like, I can go hard. But it's painful enough that you're sad that you did. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm looking for. It's one of those you write program, right? You're like, I want to see it play out.
I haven't seen that venue, so maybe you and I should talk offline because I have a 4-person team event that I think would be so simple and fun for the spectators, very painful for the participants. But I would love to see it go down in person, and I'm shocked that I haven't seen it go down yet. So we'll circle back. We're not on the Instawebs, and we'll make that happen there. Oh, somebody says this will be their 7th time at the Cascade Classic, Chris.
Yeah, no, it's great. We've seen a lot of people who come back and back and back, and that reminds me that we're doing something right, and creating something fun for people. Yeah, I dig hearing that.
No,
Question
very
question
cool.
for you. This team event that you're talking about, does it have to be a surprise? It's like it's only going to be effective if it's like it's a surprise.
No, 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 no. It wouldn't be only effective as a surprise. I don't think a lot of teams do it, but it would test teamwork. It would test more short time domain explosive power than anything else. It wouldn't be a particularly long event, but it would be short, sharp, and nasty, and I think it'd be fun.
Can we chat about it right now?
If you want, yeah, and
I'm excited.
maybe somebody's done this already, and I've just missed it. So if so, my apologies. But a lot of teams are, four-person teams, right? And classically it can be two men, two women. From my old, you want to test communication, fitness, teamwork, coordination. Is everybody synchronized? The whole 9 yards, right? I don't know how, and correct me if I'm wrong, if we've seen it. We haven't just seen your classic 4x400 meter relay. I mean, with the baton on a track, everybody has a maximal effort 400-meter run sprint pace that your team is depending upon you. And there's the whole, and I did this in high school, there's the whole baton pass off within your certain amount of lane that if you screw that thing up, you've screwed your entire team up. The whole thing's done in like sub 5 minutes, and it will leave everybody just devastated on the ground. And it couldn't be simpler. 4x400 meter repeat.
So it's funny that you say you want to see people run 400 in a relay. So the event that I'm most like probably one of two events that I'm most excited about for the teams. Everyone does a 400, but there is a 75-yard buy-in and cash out with a sled first.
Yes, that's going to be fantastic.
And so we were gonna put it out, but since you brought it up, I'm like, let's just talk about it. Yeah. So it's just each person goes once, push the sled 75, then you run your 400, then you push the sled back, tag your partner. All four have to go just one time through, right? It's really short. Like you got to sell out.
You have exactly. There's one pace, and it's
Yeah.
gas pedal to the ground, And if you throttle back, you just screwed your team over. So you
Yeah.
have to sell out. Those are just fantastic events to watch. Terrible to be a part of,
Oh
but
man.
fantastic to watch.
I tested it with my training partners, and you're 200 meters into the run when you're like, I went out way too hot, but like I'm here now. There's nothing else to
Committed.
do.
I'm committed. I got to hold this pace. I got to hold on and just burn into the side of the mountain.
Yeah, so we were gonna keep that under wraps, but like you just you excited me, and I'm like, let's put it out there. Let's get teams excited.
If those are the sort of things that people are going to be exposed to in person, I mean, who's kidding who? You need a vacation anyway, right? Get out there, come out to beautiful Puyallup, look it up. You'll never figure out how to spell it. Puyallup, Washington, and you'll have an absolute blast. And somebody says now say the first qualifier workout. Can't give out the qualifier workouts yet, but I'll tell you, there's I just hope everybody enjoys them. I do. I hope they're nasty and fun all at the same time. And if you need just a good throwdown, even if you don't intend on going to the event, you can do the online qualifier and just throw down. Just see what's happening. But man, with 600 or so athletes and Lord knows how many competitors, I think showing up to the Cascade Classic in person, if you have the opportunity, would be an absolute blast. So hopefully, we've got so many affiliates just up here in the Pacific Northwest. It'd be great if a whole bunch of them just showed up, even if they didn't have anybody competing. Just make it an affiliate kind of gathering as well.
Oh, it's one of my favorite parts is just how many people I get to connect with that I don't see all year long, because folks come from all over.
Well, is there anything else that I either neglected to ask you or somebody should know about the Cascade Classic, how to be a part of it, how to throw down, how to volunteer, when it is? I think we hit those things, but anything that we missed?
No, I don't think so. I'm excited to see how this thing shakes out. It's gonna be a good time.
So people will check out the website. August 18th is when the first couple online qualifier events will kick off. The online qualifier is 3 weeks long. I'm super stoked, and this is the first, kind of collaboration with CrossFit Linchpin, helping out an event with programming. So it's hopefully the start of something cool, and I look forward to being there in person, man, and just watch people throw down.
Hey, thank you so much. Like I'm excited to see how folks handle your programming, and yeah, the Linchpin collaboration was fun and took us almost 2 years to pull it off.
Yeah,
but we're here now.
So one more time upon closing, in case somebody missed it earlier in the video, what's the name of the website, the Instagram channel? Where do people go to find information?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're on Instagram at the Cascade Classic. We're online at thecascadeclassic.com for the website. Registration links right on the homepage. You get information on Facebook, all the social channels. But yeah, thecascadeclassic.com, probably the easiest place to go. Take you right to registration. Like I said, after the qualifier first week closes, we'll throw up a volunteer link. So folks who want to participate in that way can get involved as well.
And you've got great, impromptu accolades right now. Megan Bradshaw, 86, just commented, competed last time you hosted it on a team. So much fun. Hopefully bringing a new team from Idaho this year.
Awesome. I love hearing it.
Super cool. Well, Jordan, we're excited. I appreciate it, man. You and I will be talking again as this thing approaches to make sure that all is well. But to everybody out there in social media land, check it out and get there in person if you can. And Jordan will keep you informed.
Hey, thanks so much, Pat.
All right, man. Talk soon.
Talk to you later.